kind of talked about Corey Davis and his 3-year deal. Carl Davis signs a massive 3-year deal as well. 3-year, $45 million, $30 million guaranteed dollars, with potentially, according to Ian Rappaport, a maximum of potentially $47 million he could earn. But $30 million guaranteed, that is a huge signing for Carl Lawson. And for Carl Lawson, man, listen, he's an Auburn Tiger. I'm an Alabama fan, but I wish, Carl Lawson and his family well. But as far as the New York Jets, is this really, really good value for Carl Lawson? Well, when you're signing him to a $30 million guaranteed contract, you're signing him for him to be a premier pass rusher. Now, Carl Lawson's a solid pass rusher, and we have seen potential from Carl Lawson, right? His rookie year, he posted up 7.5 sacks. I think like a couple seasons later, he had around 8 sacks. So we've seen some flashes of Carl Lawson being just a really, really good premier pass rusher. However, he has shown a little bit of inconsistencies. Now again, he's been battling injuries. I think the scheme fit for the Cincinnati Bengals really wasn't there. I heard the relationship between him and his defensive coordinator, was not there as well. So Carl Lawson probably did not live up to his maximum potential. Now, the question is, can he do that with the Jets? Not entirely too sure if he can. Now, the Jets believe that they can bring the max, obviously they signed him to a $30 million contract. So they see that, they think that they can bring out that potential, that maximum potential that Carl Lawson, that they believe he has. They think that they can bring that out of him. I just think that for me, it's that, for a guy that's, last season just didn't really have the greatest season in the world, I thought that there were better pass rushers that honestly could fit the Jets organization, that they could have paid maybe a little bit lesser money to. I mean, Carl Lawson is a solid pass rusher, could reach that premier pass rusher role. However, again, you're paying him number one franchise pass rush money. I mean, that's what you pretty much do. Now, I get it. You have got to pay the premier pass rushers in the NFL to get to the quarterback. I just don't know if Carl Lawson is good enough is good enough right now, at least, to be the Jets franchise premier pass rusher. Now, again, they could settle and maybe get a pass rusher in the NFL draft, even though I highly doubt it in the first round. They could very well do it in the second round or maybe beyond that. Maybe they continue to look at free agency and try to look for some good pass rushers, even though they're really starting to fall off the board. But the question is now for Jets fans, was this a desperate move by the Jets organization of signing a premier pass rusher? Or did they actually believe all along that Carl Lawson could be that guy?